What is happening, everybody? It's the Miami Football Fanatic here, and today I'm going to do the first mock draft, Dolphins mock draft of the season, using the fanspeak mock draft simulator. So yeah, just going to be taking you through the rounds and just showing you guys what's out there, and yeah, definitely who the Dolphins should be targeting in this year's draft. So yeah. So going to be using fanspeak team needs. Yeah, going to be using the fanspeak team needs and the fanspeak big board. It's always the best way to go. Not really sure what the difference is between the classic and difficult algorithm. But I'm just going to go with classic for now. Haven't seen much of a difference. So I just think that difficult makes much smarter decisions. Not really sure, but let's just go ahead and get this started. So yeah, we've got 7 rounds. Fanspeak. So yeah, I recommend when using this website to use the fanspeak big board. It's the most realistic one. Other big boards like Bleacher Report and things like that, it's kind of just based on like one guy's big board, like Matt Miller. So really want to go with fanspeak because it really grabs from big boards from all around the, from multiple sources all around the internet. So it's always the best bet to get the most kind of realistic mock draft. Alright, here we go in the first round. At the moment, the draft order isn't set, but I'm thinking that we're probably going to be picking in the mid-teens for 13, 14, 15 or something like that. Especially, going up to the Chiefs this weekend. Probably going to lose this game. We'd have to have a miracle like we did against the Patriots, but that was at home, so can't really see us having a miracle up in Kansas City. So. And then I'm thinking that we're probably going to win the last game against the Bills. It's at home, so we always play much better at home. So probably going to go 1-1 to end the season and finish probably around where we're picking now, 13 or 14. Alrighty, so to start, we got 2 great options at the start here, at the opening here. We got Harold Landry, who's just been absolutely dominant for Boston College. He'd be an awesome, rusher to pick up. But I'm thinking it's probably better to be much more sensible here and grab Quentin Nelson. That guy's an absolute road grader of a guard, 6'5", 325 pounds, just an absolute force for Notre Dame. Just continuing that trend of that Notre Dame has, just churning out, quality offensive linemen. And Mike McGlinchey's gonna be definitely gonna be the early pick too. So here, if I was to grab Harold Landry, I'd need Billy Price to fall to us in the second round, and I can't really see that happening. So definitely going to just take Quentin Nelson. Even though I really want to take Harold Landry, we just have to shore up that offensive line. It's just so important. The Cowboys have laid the blueprint. You just grab dominant players all across the offensive line. Just with them, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, Tyron Smith. If you just grab those ultra talented offensive linemen, they open up, just gigantic running lanes. So we have to follow that blueprint. It's only going to help Kenny and Drake, Ryan Tannehill, which other running backs we bring in. It's just so important. So many people believe, you can find a guard in free agency or the middle rounds. It really doesn't work like that. If you want, and also if you go the free agency route, you're going to pay big money for a good quality guard. So if you grab him early in the first or second round, early in the draft, you're not going to pay as much as you would a free agent. So it's just the most sensible thing to do. Even though I really want to take Harold Landry, he'd just be awesome. I really think that Quentin Nelson would make a much bigger impact on the team. So Quentin Nelson it is. I'm rambling way too much. So we've been recording for 5 minutes here, so got to get on with the draft. But got to be sensible and build from the inside out, not the outside in. We're pretty solid at most other positions, so let's go to the next round. So now that we've grabbed Quentin Nelson, a major need, there's many ways we can go in the second round. We can go running back, we can go defensive end, we can go linebacker, we can go cornerback, we can even go safety. So just grabbing that guard is absolutely imperative. Let's just have a look here and see if Billy Price was gone like I said he was going to be. But Billy Price is another solid guy. Played guard last year, center this year. He's a beast like Quentin Nelson. Probably not on Quentin Nelson's level, but still, Billy Price has played absolutely great for Ohio State. Oh, he's still there, so there's a chance he still might be there at pick 13 in the second round, but can't take that chance. Just got to grab Quentin Nelson. He's a once in a generation guard, if you'd say. Not many guards come around like him as often. At 6'5", 325 pounds, the athleticism that he possesses, it's just rare. And when you've got a guy like that out there, you just have to take him. It's definitely going to help our offense. So there is Billy Price there in the second round, but just can't take that chance. I'd love to grab him too here in the second round just to absolutely shore up the defensive line with Laramie Tunsil, Quentin Nelson at left guard, Mike Pouncey at manning the middle at center, Billy Price at right guard, and then I hate to say it, but Jesse Davis at right tackle just to make more cap space and I'm really torn on that, because we could go with Jesse Davis, but Juwan James is a much more overall superior talent, but Jesse Davis has played to a similar level, he is being consistent at right guard and right tackle. So what do? Do you bring back Juwan James at $9 million or restructure him, or do you just plug in Jesse Davis there at right tackle? He looked awesome at right tackle, especially against Carolina on Monday Night Football, but that's just an absolute dilemma. Alrighty, waffling on too much. Got to get on with the mock draft. That's what we're here for. We're here to see the draft prospects, not pro prospects. So we got Billy Price there. Could take him here, but there's many other holes that we have to fill. Josh Jackson from Iowa, absolutely big, dominant cornerback. Micah Kaiser, a dominant linebacker at Virginia. All these guys are just supreme, great talents. Mark Andrews from Oklahoma, athletic tight end, catches everything under the sun. Made Baker Mayfield look like a god this year. Bryce Love, incredibly athletic running back. Hercules Matatafa. Haven't seen much of him at Washington State. I think he's more of a 3-4 linebacker. I haven't seen much of him, so I can't really comment on him. Tremaine Edmonds, he's another favourite of mine. 6'4". That guy just plays with absolutely tremendous speed. His closing speed and just his pursuit is just off the charts. For your Madden players out there, Tremaine Edmonds, when he locks onto a guy, he runs him down with just crazy effort and takes him down. So, bang, just gonna take him. He would absolutely help to shore up our linebacking core, especially just with the questions that we've got. With Lawrence Timmons starting the season on a crazy foot, going haywire, but then being solid in the first couple games. But I think his age has definitely been showing the last couple games, and also Kiko Alonso with just his absolutely just inconsistent play. I don't know what it is. He just hasn't been closing out, just over pursuing and missing tackles and just getting beat up in coverage. Tremaine Edmonds, he can covers extremely well. He's got great size and speed, 6'4", and he can really help out in the run game. I really recommend going and checking out Tremaine Edmonds. I really think he is one of the best linebackers in this draft, if not the best. Just his shoot and the way he reminds me a lot of Reuben Foster coming out of Alabama. Just the way he violently pursues guys and takes them down is just absolutely impressive. And it's exactly what you need in the NFL. So here we are in the third round. So you can see here the team needs cornerback, edge, defensive line. I don't really see that as a need. If you're talking defensive end, that's a need. But when it says defensive line, it mostly means interior defenders like defensive tackles or 3-4 defensive ends. So with Ndamukong Suh, Gotcha, Vincent Taylor, really isn't a need at the moment. Let's have a quick look, see who's there. So yeah, there isn't much there at this point of the draft. I haven't really seen much of any of these guys, so I can't really comment. So yeah. So edge rushers. One guy I have watched a lot of is Duke Ejiofor here, Wake Forest. I'll show you guys his stats, but he is an explosive edge rusher. He can rush with speed and power. Reminds me a lot of Cam Wake, how he can just run. He can rush with speed and power. Just look at his numbers from 2016: 17 TFLs, 10 sacks. Not really sure what his stats were this year, but I'm sure they were solid. I think it was a bit of a dip. I think the last time I saw, I think he had around 8 sacks, something like that. But Duke Ejiofor, a beast. But it's a bit early here in the third round to take a player like him. There's many other ways we can go here. So we've got a guard and a linebacker. So there is many cornerbacks here. Haven't seen much of these guys, to be honest. I've seen a bit of Holton Hill. Looked solid, but nothing spectacular. But yeah, some of these third and fourth rounders, the guy, Jordan Wyatt and Tony Brown and Holton Hill, Ken Webster, Adonis Alexander, heard good things about him. Dante Jackson, LSU always turns out solid, athletic cornerbacks like Tre'Davious White and the other guy that Atlanta got a couple of years ago. But I'm thinking here, not really sure. Let's have a look at the board as a whole. So we got DJ Moore at the top here. We could grab a wide receiver, especially with the uncertainty with Devontae Parker just being inconsistent with injuries and play, and also Jarvis Landry. Not really sure. I did report that they were in talks. They were going into contract extensions, but who knows at this point. One guy I really do like is Deshaun Elliott from Texas. But he is a strong safety, and at the moment we have two of those guys with TJ McDonald and Rashad Jones. So to be honest, I really haven't watched enough tape to determine if he is a free safety or a strong safety. But Deshaun Elliott, really loved what I have seen from him from Texas. Just a absolutely supreme athlete. Haven't seen much of these guys, honestly, to grab them here. But like another video that I'm going to be bringing out is just the absolute need to draft a running back. So but these guys are kind of out of range. I see Bro Scarborough as more of a fourth rounder. Sony Michel. I don't know. We're in a bit of a dilemma here. But let's just go ahead to the need and take Duke Ejiofor. You guys just need to watch his tape. He just knows how to get to the quarterback with speed or power. Can't go wrong here. But let's just keep an eye on his running backs here. And definitely one of these guys should be here in the fourth round. Yeah, Bo Scarborough, absolutely love that guy. Absolute hammer of a running back. Takes out guys with force. He can take on multiple tacklers at once, and he would be definitely, as I'm gonna say in one of my draft preview videos, Bo Scarborough would be an awesome pairing with Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake, bringing that speed and power, which he has shown in the past couple of weeks. But Bo Scarborough would be the Derrick Henry to Tennessee Titans DeMarco Murray. So here we are in the 4th round, really eyeing a running back here. We have filled 3 needs with a guard, linebacker, and edge rusher. So we could go with running back or a cornerback here. So let's just see how this 4th round plays out here. Oh, there goes Josh Adams, an awesome running back from Notre Dame. But Sony Michel and Bo Scarborough should be available there. But honestly, we're at pick 114. Sony Michel is ranked, 97th in the whole draft. He's looked very dynamic for Georgia. I think it'd be a much more dynamic pairing with Kenyon Drake, even though they are similar running backs. Sony Michel is just absolutely dynamic running back. So you have to go ahead and take him here to pair with Kenyon Drake. Having those 2 guys, I think, would be similar to Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman, he's very similar to Kenyon Drake. He runs with awesome speed. And Devontae Freeman, he's a little guy at 5'8", 5'9", and just his speed and the way he breaks tackles and just weaves his way through traffic reminds me a lot of Sony Michel. So, not saying that it would be the same as the Falcons pairing, but they showed, especially last year, just how dynamic an offense can be when you've got 2 incredibly dynamic running backs. So here we are with our second pick in the 4th round. This video is dragging out a bit here, so I think you can't go wrong with getting a cornerback. Jordan Thomas from Oklahoma, looks like he was pretty high ranked there, but Jordan Thomas, can't go wrong there with getting another cornerback. Especially with guys leaving in free agency and things like that, losing Byron Maxwell, but now we're in awesome shape at cornerback. Xavier Howard, Cordrea Tankersley, Tony Lippett, and then having Jordan Thomas on top of that will just give us another guy. You can never have enough depth at cornerback. Sorry, that was just me getting a mosquito. But guys always seem to go down during the season. Hell, we've got Ultron Werner starting at the moment, so you can't go wrong with having quality depth at cornerback. So we've got no picks here in the 5th round. We did have 3 last year, but we did trade away our 5th round pick this year for Stephon Anthony. We really haven't seen dividends of that trade yet. He has had some solid moments, especially in coverage, against the Patriots and the Broncos. But Stephon Anthony really has to show us what he's made of these next 2 games, and just show us why he was a 1st round pick in 2015. Really think his home in the linebacking corps is as a strong side linebacker, up on the line of scrimmage, covering running backs and tight ends. That's his strong suit. That's exactly what he should be doing. We shouldn't be asking him to just make too many reads and read his keys on the field too much. We really need to simplify it for him. You can just tell that he just gets caught up a lot on the field, especially this past week against the Bills when he was covering LaShawn McCoy. He got caught up behind TJ McDonald. Wasn't aware of where his man was on the field or the incoming traffic from TJ McDonald. Got lost in coverage, lost those couple steps, and LaShawn McCoy was gone, bang, for a touchdown. So LaShawn McCoy, Stephon Anthony does make some mental mistakes, but definitely could see him next back. Oh, that's what I forgot to say with our linebacking core. We got Raekwon McMillan coming back. That guy is an absolute solid linebacker, football intelligence off the charts, running game is a beast. Shown that he's a much better athlete than we thought. So, just having him in there. Sorry, I've drawn a blank. Raekwon McMillan, having him in there at middle linebacker would just help tremendously, especially with Jermaine Edwards. So, looking here, at this point, not too worried at the moment who I'm picking here. Can't go wrong with Dallas Goedert does play for a small school, South Dakota State. The same league, same conference that Carson Wentz came for, North Dakota State. But Dallas Goedert, he reminds me a lot of Jared. What's his first? I think it's Jared Reed from the Washington Redskins. Reminds me a lot of him. He's a bit of a small tight end, but he can make some awesome catches out there. Seen him make some one-handed catches and just catches in traffic that just screams NFL tight end. So, Gallis, I know I already took one with Mark Andrews. Or am I thinking of another mock draft? Actually, I didn't take Mark Andrews, did I? No. I took Jermaine Edwards. Jermaine Edmonds. So another tight end to add to the tight end corps. I didn't take a tight end. Confusing myself. So here we are in the 7th round. Not really worried about who I pick here. Gonna actually end the video here. No point of showing the 7th round picks at this moment. I really haven't studied end of the draft kind of guys. So gonna end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know who you would have picked instead. Fins up, baby.